was right. It was a secret Soviet project from the 50s called Carbonek. The laboratory was studying an ancient sword fragment, but some mysterious disaster brought the KGB down, and they erased it all from history. Almost.
There seems to be trouble below.
You got there right on time.
Oh, a little late. Those are Rutland's men attacking the Kazakhs.
Or Amanda's. Most likely she's the one behind this. The lab is somehow connected to that military base, but we don't know how. If you can find the command center, we might get a better idea. Now, after the firefight dies down, you should try to...
Oh, come now, Zip. Waiting is for the patient. Or those without parachutes.
Well, I'd look around more, but go ahead and jump when you're ready. Now, Laura. Very nice, Laura, but you've just leapt from the frying pan into a nest of hornets.
British. And it looks like we share an enemy. Where's your command center?
Не отвечай ей! Что здесь нужно?
Погоди! Если она использует копию ключа, то сработает тревога, и центр придет под подмогу!
Да ты шо?
Мы здесь охраняем только снег и звериную мочу, или ты хочешь сам идти?
Through the gate! The code is K1879!
Спасибо. Разжилайте мне дачи.
I don't know what the hell you guys were talking about, but I think the gate they mentioned is up ahead.
Lovely. That keeps things simple, doesn't it?
Satellite photos? We got our own, there's nothing there.
The lab wouldn't be visible from above. We need maps. There it is.
Oof, that's a hike.
I'm not walking. There's a military transport train that runs past the lab. It looks like Amanda's boys are ahead of me. I'd better run.
Whoops. Satellite feed showing your train's about to roll. You better run. Fast.
Cover me! Close in! Go, 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 go!
Train's leaving. Better get moving then, or you'll miss your train. Hurry, Laura. Don't let that Amanda woman get there first.
There she is!
Forget the train. I have a better idea. inside, and the door's sealed.
So now what?
There's a vent on the wall to the right of the cargo door. The fan's running. She's got power.
How will you get in?
One shot or another. It's getting colder.
It's hot! It looks as if you've stumbled into another tomb after all. I wonder what he's doing in here.
He's been trying to get out since the 50s. He's frozen to death, the poor fellow. It's hardly a proper end for a scientist. The experiment's gone wrong. KGB sealed the facility. He tried to escape through the vents but got trapped.
My God.
It is much colder in here than it was outside.
I'm not sure turning on the power was a good idea. I'll say a few things and there won't be getting the juice any.
The heater must be one of them. Look at the lights. She's only found the emergency power.
She came in through the main doors. I don't think she's been here. Looks like there's a generator on the other side of the room. She would have started it.
That should do it. You have to admire this map's simplicity.
And what do you know? It looks just like a carnival sideshow.
I wonder if that's toxic.
I guess it's cooling. But who knows what kind of lethal crap the Soviets were using.
I'd rather not find out firsthand. Amanda?
Damn it, Laura, I'm busy.
I see you've changed your look. That was you in Bolivia then, with Rutland.
I've been all over, and I'm going to places you can't conceive of. You're the one being left behind this time. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Amanda. If I'd known that you were alive, I swear I would have done everything I could to save you.
Please. I got over that a long time ago. You know what really used to bug me, though? When I got out and saw that you left without even trying to... What is it archaeologists do? Oh, right. Dig.
We'd thought of it as a memorial.
Whatever. Don't let her follow me.
Check out the big gun thing. How spaced out is that? Maybe it'll help you.
Did you see that?
Yeah, getting crazy interference on the video too. I'd say what we have here is one of Nikolai Tesla's toroidal coil guns. Except that would be impossible.
You may be right. It doesn't seem to work very well.
Well, they theoretically need a lot of power, like from that Tesla tower across the way. If you could get that Tesla tower fired up, wow, I never thought I'd get to say that.
We might be able to bridge the gaps.
by any of those electrical arcs.
I thought you said it wasn't running.
That's just ambient discharge. The tower was on. You'd know it.
And if I were the energy source, where would I be?
Up top.
Another scientist. No warmth for him up here either. They funneled test material into the artifact, and there was an enormous discharge of some sort. The KGB shut down the operation, removed the core, sealed off the lab in sections, and left behind those scientists who weren't forcibly removed.
Peculiar turn of events.
Can the tower be powered up from here?
Not without the core. Looks like it's not here. I guess that's what those tracks in the floor are for.
What are those hanging cords and sockets?
Decoupled high current cables. You're lucky they're off, or you'd be standing in the middle of a painful light parade. Okay, there's the core up ahead. Doesn't look like it has a charge, but you might be able to juice it from the control room above you.
There's heavy debris on the tracks. I don't see how I can move it.
It doesn't matter if the core doesn't have power. Get it charged, and then we...
Hello, Laura.
What the... How the hell did you get on this channel?
Hush, Zip. She must have taken a headset while she was rearranging your office.
You're so smart, Lara. Do you know why the Soviets called their project Carbonek?
It's the castle where Lancelot sought the Holy Grail. Not the first connection to Arthurian myth I've come across.
Myth, she calls it. A limited word for a limited perspective. You are always such the scientist. You're probably right at home with all these Tesla contraptions, aren't you?
As much as anyone, I suppose.
The Russians activated a power in the artifact that literal minds can't handle, and it destroyed them. So don't push the wrong buttons.
You'd better not either.
But I know which ones are the right ones.
You've learned to read Russian since I last saw you, Amanda.
She hung up. What the hell was that about?
She's having difficulty obtaining the sword. She doesn't want to blow everything up in the process.
Maybe you should have told her what she wanted to know.
Another unlucky scientist. He writes that at least a dozen of his colleagues were killed in the experiment. The artifact converted the Tesla voltage into something else, a wave of concussive force of some kind. Is that supposed to stop at some point?
It's not charged all the way. I don't know what's wrong.
How am I supposed to move it if I can't touch it?
The cable on your grapple is insulated.
Right.
Okay, that's how it works. That's how you open the door. Man, I should have worked on mass marketing this tech. Tesla was a genius.
I prefer doing. What's happened here?
Weird. The core must have powered these cables somehow. And those ramps in the wall are the most convenient conductors around. Cool. Now all you have to do is get the panel out of the way, and we're in business. That's
It's a shield. 10th or 11th century. Probably recovered with the piece we're looking for. It resembles Lancelot's crest, doesn't it?
Hey, what if the pirate existed?
Oh, what's this now? It looks like a map. Have a good look and see what you can make of it.
What do you think it's for?
Maybe our knight needed help finding his way home. Or perhaps this piece wasn't all he had.
You think he stashed more of the sword somewhere?
Possibly, but the map is useless without a reference point.
I'll work on it. Going offline.
Splendid. A number of minor relics were recovered along with the artifact. The poor fellow couldn't find anyone to help him study them.
I empathize. Why they like...
I don't think I've ever been happier. Show him what he can do.
Amanda, I'm sorry for what happened, but we can still work together.
There is no we, Lara. There never was. It was just me down there. Me and this. Do you remember it? I touched it, and it touched me back.
I don't think that was a good thing.
I tamed it then, and made it my own. A little friendlier than it was when Paraíso attacked. I taught it how to fetch.
You're mad! It killed our friends, Amanda, and it almost killed us!
And it saved my life once I mastered it. It's all about a broader perception. I'd stay away from it if I were you, though. And you'd still be able to touch you. Stay out of its way, Lara. I don't control it. I only unleash it. Kill anything in its way.
Well then, let's see who can get there first. There seems to be a fine line between coincidence and irony.
You sure about that map?
Unfortunately, there was some nonsense about the discovery of the real King Arthur's tomb here years ago, soon discredited. And yet another roadside attraction was born.
Well, let's see what we can see, shall we? At least it should be educational. Either housekeeping should be fired, or no one's been inside for months. better days.
It's been condemned since the death of the elder Professor Worth. I shudder to think that at one time he had students.
And we have power.
Come ye hither and hearken to me tale of King Arthur, how he was reared by Sir Ector, but born king. Enter, once and future king, Merlin deems you worthy.
The real Merlin would roll around in the mud and bark at you, and I'm being generous by calling it mud.
There's no difference between stupid and charming with you, is there?
So that there would be no squabbling betwixt ye knights, Merlin bequeathed ye holy grail, which was the table of before he didst die, Arthur badest his knight Bedivere to return Excalibur to York. Claimeth again his crown.
Well, if he went to Avalon, then whose tomb's supposed to be here?
Maybe the grunting Saxon or the Roman fascist that Alistair believes the whole legend was built around. This is where the truth behind the myth is supposed to be explained. And turned into a warehouse.
Fitting. There's been so little truth everywhere else. Why start here? The only factual basis behind the King Arthur myths died centuries before this place was built.
Give Professor Worth some credit. If he had to close an exhibit for renovations, at least he picked the most boring one. This must be our kindly professor's office space,
Done up as spottily as his reputation.
said the pot to the kettle. Professor Worth says here that the tomb of King Arthur, the one his museum's built over, is a fake.
No surprise there. At least he knows his museum is for tourists.
But Professor Worth believed the sarcophagus was placed here by Arthur's contemporaries to lure thieves from the gravesite of the actual King Arthur.
Who doesn't exist?
That's where you and the Professor differ. This definitely isn't Arthur's tomb.
We knew that already.
What's wrong with him?
I've seen enough tombs in my life to know when I'm looking at a cenotaph.
Say who?
A diversion. This place is trying too hard. It's hiding something.
A body?
No, that's the problem. It's authentic enough for its age, but its age isn't entirely authentic.
And what does that mean? She's saying that the sarcophagus is from around the 11th century, which is when the Arthurian myths were invented. The real Arthur came 5 centuries before, so it's old, but, well, not old enough.
It could be anyone in here, if there's anyone at all. No, there has to be something else here. Now this is better.
Be careful. We don't want to demolish anything important.
Really, Alistair, I have a velveteen touch. But I'm glad to see you now think there may be something important. There has to be a way to raise this door.
Are you alright?
I decided to take the slow way down instead.
Should have told that to the forklift.
Be careful, Lara.
Please, Alistair. This will take some concentration.
Yeah, pipe down, Alistair. Or I won't let you sit up front with me anymore.
I'm glad you made it down safely.
So am I.
That doesn't mean you don't have to be quiet anymore. like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning?
I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
There's your answer, Alistair.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take.
Looks like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning?
I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
There's your answer, Alistair.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take.
Looks like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning?
I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
There's your answer, Alistair.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take.
Looks like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning?
I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
There's your answer, Alistair.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take.
Looks like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning?
I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
There's your answer, Alistair.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take. Maybe there's a way up and over.
This looks like my garbage disposal.
I hope you're not leaping through there, Laura. There must be a way to stop them up.
I certainly hope so. it might have been worth trying just to hear you lads squeal about it.
On the shelf over there? You could use that on the pressure plate.
It's not a crate, it's a coffin. Someone's revered ancestor is in there. If we're through having fun, it's time to get back to business. There is a god.
Hey, I heard that.
brilliant.
That is interesting.
Real. They're all here. The court of Camelot.
You're sure about this? King Arthur, who wast verily of ye loins of Uther Pendragon?
I've no doubt about the authenticity of this tomb, Alistair. Arthur was the 11th century figure that became legend. The once and future king was as real then as the air I'm breathing now.
I don't know, Laura.
Excalibur. The sword in stone. That's how it always goes, isn't it?
Pardon?
Swords in stones, Alistair. They're part of the monomyth. There wasn't just one Excalibur or one Merlin. We keep seeing swords and daises all over the world because they were everywhere.
So you're saying that everywhere they went, they raised up kings, shaping the course of human destiny?
Well, it's a possibility.
Who? And what happened to them and their swords?
Perhaps they're in Avalon. It's as good a place as any. Except our Merlin was killed and our Excalibur was left in pieces in the hands of the locals.
So where's Avalon?
I don't know. On the other side of the looking glass, perhaps? It says Bedivere returned a fragment of Excalibur to Arthur after the other pieces were carried off by the knights.
Where'd they go?
To find Avalon, perhaps. The quest for the Holy Grail. Lancelot, Galahad, Percival, and Bors. Their tombs are empty.
It says this fragment was left with Arthur to help him leave this mausoleum when the time came. Perhaps it will help me instead. Arthur Pendrad, King of the Britons. I wouldn't take Excalibur if I didn't need it, so I hope you can forgive me.
Oh, there's something going on up here. Alistair, you see that?
See what?
Oh, hell! Get your hands!
Zip! Alistair! Zip, what's happening?
I see her!
What's going on?
Hello, lads.
Hey, Lara. What's up?
They didn't make off with your credit cards, did they? Is everything alright? Alistair?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just not my usual evening routine.
Then let's go home.